All right, in this lesson, I'm going to show y'all one of my tunes. This is an odd time blues song that I call Tainted Boogie. So check this out. It's kind of coming from kind of Stevie Ray kind of riffs down here. The interesting thing about it is it has one section each alternate time where it leaves out like a half a beat. So it's in 7. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the second time it hits all 8. So you got, that's the one that skipped the 8th beat. So we got, see that little 3 to 4 there is the extra, the 8th one that made it all 8 of those, where the other one had that little piece left off. Open, 2 to 4, 2, and then pull the 4 to 2 off on the A string. And then I'm going D string 2, back to A string 2. And then I got a pull off here, 5-2, pull off, and a 4-2 pull off on the A string. Right into the riff starting again with that big E. And then I add that last part. Okay, so let's try it real slow. 3, 4. And then I can hit that A power chord. We're going to do the same riff on the A. Back to the E. So the A was A, and then 2 to 4. 2, 4 in the D. 2, 2. Pull off, pull off. Then you got that extra riff, 3, 4 in the A, back to E. Now we're going to the turnaround, the 5 chord, the B. Same exact stuff here. So we got 2, got a slide from 4 to 6. 4, 6, 4 in the D. We got 4, 4, and then we got 7 to 4 and 6 to 4 pull-offs. Then we're going to go straight to the A with its extra piece, that 8th piece. And then we got the E. So the very end of that, we just got a 2, 2. So. Okay, so I'm going to go through this whole thing. 3, 4. Okay, so there's 3 parts in this song. That's the first part. Now the next part is going to be kind of in groups of 6. So it's like. So each of those phrases only has 6 notes instead of like 8 would be the even number there. So 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, kind of like that. So let's take a look at that riff. We got 2 on the D string, another slidey thing. This is a common thing with like major pentatonic riffs, you know. So 2 and then 4 to 6, 4 in the G string. We got a little half stepper here, 6 to 7. Back to the 6 and the 4. So we got. And we do those early notes again. And then we start the riff again. Now we're going to go to our 4 chord, our A. Okay, so that's 2 on the G, 4 to 6, to the 5 here on the B. Go up to the 7 and 8 and back. So do that first part again. Let me start again. So let's take a look at this whole part. We got 2, 3, 4. A. end on the A, and then back to E. So let's go from the B on this one. 3, 4. A, E. Okay, so I'm gonna do the whole section one more time. 3, 4. Okay, and then the third part of the song. Okay, so we got a kind of a fast, kind of surf kind of riff. 0, 3, 3, 5, 5, 6, 6. We're gonna have 7 in this too, so it's like the E minor pentatonic with flat fifth scale. So this is another one in 6, so it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that kind of thing. So that's one whole one. Then we do it again. Then we go down to A. Back to E. Now since we're going to B, I just want a half step on this one. I'm going to go to this 2 over here, this B on the 5th string. So I got 5, 7, 8, and 9 here. And then A. And then E. And that would be a whole thing through. So let's try that. 2, 3, and. So at that point, it would go back to the. So this chord is like a, it's like an E minor 7, sharp 5, and a flat 5. It's got a B flat in it. So it's like open 1, 2, 3, 3, 3. You do it up here in the octave. All right, hope you all dug that. A little odd time blues, Tainted Boogie. We'll talk to you soon.